Hi guys, Mr. A here. I'm going to show you how to do some of these transformations physically. So moving the paper and documenting coordinates and all those kinds of things, so you can actually do them and get them correct. And I strongly suggest, especially for rotations, that you actually do them. So then you can get them correct all the time. I have paper here. I have my son's iPad here all ready to go, so you can see how it works, so you can do it both ways, however works best for you. Regardless of which way you go, have a clean sheet of paper with you here, so you can keep track of your coordinates, okay? When you go to do these transformations. Now, I'm going to spend the majority of the time here on rotations because those are the trickiest. I feel like most students are okay with translations and reflections, but rotations always seem to mess up everybody. So I'm just going to focus this video on how to do rotations physically, okay? Because that seems to be the trouble spot for everybody. So we'll start with paper, and I have my paper here. If you notice here, I'm going to scoot this in a little bit so you can see a little bit better. I have it, and the point 1-3 has already been plotted. I already plotted 1-3 here with my pen. So we're going to duplicate the example from the rotations section just so you can see me physically doing it and you can duplicate it yourself, okay? So I believe the first rotation was 90 degrees counterclockwise. So I'm going to take the paper, okay, and when I do this, remember, okay, that the quadrants don't change. So when I do this is quadrant 1 right here, quadrant 2, 3, and 4, and that doesn't change, okay? So when I turn it, it's still going to be quadrant 1, 2, 3, 4. The only thing that changes is the point, okay? It changes to a new quadrant. That's it, okay? The axis after the rotation still remain x-axis across, y-axis horizontal. I can't label them because if I do that during the turn, then they won't be right. But that's basically what we're going to do here. So I'm actually going to do the 90-degree counterclockwise rotation as indicated in that first coordinate plane example that was on page 12, I believe, of your notes. Yeah, page 12 of your notes, okay? So that's what we're going to accomplish right now. So I have the point 1-3 right here, okay? I'm actually going to show you how to turn it, okay? So there's the point. I'm going to turn it 90 degrees, quarter turn, counterclockwise, this direction, okay? So this direction right here, this direction. So just like this, okay? So I made my turn, okay? And I'm going to document where that point ended up. And it looks like it was 1, 2, 3 points to the left and 1 unit up. Okay? So I'm going to write that down so that was a rotation to the point -3, 1, right there. Take my paper, spin it back into original position. Okay? And then I can go over here and plot the point -3, 1. And I just did that rotation. Okay? I'm going to do it again with the next rotation, which is 180 degrees. So I'm going to do 1-3 right here. Okay? And then we'll rotate that point 180 degrees. It doesn't matter which direction. So let's do clockwise this time. So I'm going to spin the paper 90, 180, okay? And I have my point right there. So I'm going to use my paper here, document what that point was. And it looks like it's 1 to the left and 3 down. So that's going to be the point -1, -3. So then I'm going to flip my paper back to original position. Okay? I'm going to plot the point -1, -3. 180 degree rotation. Okay? And then I thought for the last time on paper here, what we're going to do is just do a triangle real fast because that seems to also be somewhat controversial. So we'll do a triangle. I'm just going to make these points up at random. So we'll do a point here at negative 2, 2. Okay. And we'll do a point at 1, 5. And then maybe another point at 2, 1. Okay. So there are the points. There's A, B, and C. Okay. Let's mark these down on our paper over here. So you have to have a scratch piece of paper to do this with. Otherwise, it's going to be a lot more tricky. So we have A at negative 2, 2. B at, I believe it was 1, 5. 1, 5. And C is at 2, 1. And let's rotate this. Why not? Let's do 270 clockwise. I realize that up here I did the counterclockwise arrow instead of the clockwise arrow. So there's clockwise arrow up there on that one. So let's rotate this triangle 270 clockwise. Okay? So I'm going to take the triangle 90, 180, 270. Okay? So we pull it up here so you can see it in the picture. There it is. Try to get as close as I can. All right. And now, again, this is quadrant 1 right here. X-axis is going across. Y-axis is going up and down. Okay? Quadrant 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right? So we're going to do point A is now the point negative 2, negative 2, according to this, okay? And point B is now the point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, so negative 5, 1. And point C is now the point negative 1, 2, okay? So I'm going to put my paper back in original position, and then I'm going to do those points. So negative 2, 2 is that one. Negative 5, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 is that one. And negative 1, 2 is that one. So there is A prime, B prime, C prime. There's my triangle. Okay? So that's how you can do rotations on paper. Now I'm going to show you now how you can do rotations physically on your iPad. You're still going to need a scrap sheet of paper. We're going to turn this one around so it doesn't interfere with the calculations on the other page because you still want to mark these down. Okay? But here's my son's iPad. Okay? Now the one thing you're going to want to do on this, I just took an image of the same graph that we just worked on, is we're going to want to lock the orientation. So go to lock your orientation there. Okay, so it's locked. So that way you can actually physically turn your iPad without it changing the picture. Okay, back here to the picture. There is the point. Okay, so we're actually going to do. Let's do a 90-degree counterclockwise or clockwise rotation. So we're going to turn 1/4 turn to the right, okay, clockwise. So like that. Okay, I know you didn't see it there, but there it is. Okay. So if I get the coordinates for that point, that looks like it's the point 3, negative 1. So I'm going to write this over here on my paper. Return the iPad to standard position. Okay. Got my Apple Pencil right here. I'm going to plot that point. 3, negative 1 is right there. Okay. 90-degree clockwise rotation. Okay, so you can do it both ways. The key is to have that extra sheet of paper over here to mark your points. Okay, let's do one more. We're going to do a quadrilateral this time, just to mix it up a little bit. And we'll just pick some points. I'm going to write them out here first. So we'll do point A, point B, point C, and point D. Okay, let's make a 4, negative 3. Let's make B 4, -5. Let's make C 2, -3, and D 2, -5. Okay, so let's put these on here. So I have 4, -3. That's this point right there. I'll move this over so you can see. And then 4, -5, 2, -3, and 2, -5. So I'm square. Okay, just like that. And this is A, B, C, and D. So there we go. Now we're going to rotate this 180 degrees. Okay, we'll do counterclockwise this time because I did clockwise with the paper. So we'll do clockwise. So one quarter turns 90, another quarter turns 180. So I know it's going to be in the second quadrant, and they're all marked. They're just upside down. So I just got to determine their order pairs over here on my paper. Okay, and then I can do this. I can't get this all in one shot. I'm sorry. So I'm going to have to just adjust it just a little bit here. Now you can see it down here in the corner. So A is going to be now, it's going to be, let's count it out here. 1, 2, -4, 3. Okay. And B is going to be -4, 5. And C is going to be -2, 5. Okay. And D is going to be -2, 3. And I think I swapped my C and my D around originally, okay, when I labeled them. My mistake. Okay, I think you still get the idea, though. Flip it back to original position. Okay, plot them in quadrant 2. -4, 3 is right here. There's the first one. -4, 5. Second one, -2, 5. And -2, 3. And there's your rotated square. Okay, so that's how you can do rotations physically and get them correct. You have to actually do them physically to get them correct. If you try to do them in your mind or try to do it just by spinning on your paper without actually physically spinning the paper or the iPad, it's not going to work out for you. So give this a try. Email me if you have any questions or any help, and good luck. Okay, take care.